Pictures on your screens that we're playing on one side of the screens is off the flight carrying General Musharraf, which has landed in Karachi. So the return, so to speak, is almost complete. The moment he steps on Pakistani soil, General Musharraf will feel that it is once again a homecoming for him. The general who, in London and Dubai could no longer contend with just twiddling his thumbs and playing golf as Mr. Parthasarathy said. Certainly someone who knows how power functions in this country, how things function at the top. Certainly wants to return back for saying that this is a risk, certainly as far as his own safety is concerned, that he must undertake to save Pakistan in his own words. And live pictures coming to you, exclusive videos coming to you on your screens of a flight carrying General Musharraf returning back home. Let's in fact listen into commentary from the पाकिस्तानी ब्रॉडकास्टर्स as well.
किसी फौजी आमिर का रिटर्न हुआ है, पहली मर्तबा खुशाइन ये बात रही है. आपने कहा कि काफी एक्साइटमेंट अंदर भी तैयारी की नजर आई. आपको क्या लगता है इस वक्त जो तैयारी के अंदर मौजूद है परवेज मुशर्रफ साहब के हामी, उनको क्या तवक्कुआत हैं कि उनका कैसा इस्तकबाल किया जाएगा?
लेकिन वो तो बहुत ज्यादा इस हवाले से चार्ज भी है, एक्साइटेड भी और बहुत भी कर रहे हैं. लेकिन जाहिर है जो इंडिपेंडेंट जो तजियाकार है उनकी राय जरा मुख्तलिफ. उनका ये ख्याल है कि परवेज मुशर्रफ साहब के लिए मुख्तलिफ वजूहात की बिना पर इतना आसान नहीं होगा. इसमें टॉप ऑफ द लिस्ट सिक्योरिटी रीजन है. उसके बाद जो पोलिटिकल वैक्यूम है वो भी अब खासी हद तक तमाम से पोलिटिकल एंटिटीज ने फिल करके है. तो अगर से मुशर्रफ साहब के जो कारकुनान वो खासे एक्साइटेड है उनकी जमात के, लेकिन बहरहाल वो उनको इस बात का एहसास है काफियों को कि ग्राउंड रियलिटीज कुछ बहुत ज्यादा उनकी फेवर में बहरहाल नहीं है.
So General Musharraf has in fact landed in Pakistan, and it is a coming together of a plan that he had put together. I mean, this is a return that he had been planning for a while, certainly seeking, some kind of support from people, those based in Pakistan as well. What do you think his immediate course of action will be once he actually makes his way to Karachi?
I think he will hold a rally or meet people in Karachi. Then he says he has set up an all-Pakistan Muslim League.
Yes.
I mean, I don't see that having any traction or a base. The Muslim League pretty much in north is Nawaz Sharif, in the south is perhaps Chaudhry Shujat and PPP leaders like Shahid Ali Shah Jilani. So I think we need to wait and watch. I don't see his being there will make a difference. But given the fact that he is a larger-than-life figure,
yes,
that he is a former army chief, that he has worldwide diplomatic contacts, I think he cannot be ignored. But nor is he going to make, in my view, a material difference
to the politics,
to the election trends. I won't say to the politics of Pakistan.
Sure.
Is different. You have guys like Qadri coming from outside politics and seeking to influence matters. So outside politics, things settle down. Yes, I presume he will stay in Islamabad, where he's got a palatial house built and the army will give him full protection there. But traveling out politically in an election is risky for him. Moreover, our friend in Pakistan spoke about the judicial challenge.
Yes.
Now, two cases he has been granted bail. One is the case of the assassination of Benazir Bhutto. The other is really the cold-blooded murder of Nawab Akbar Bukti in Balochistan. The man was 80 years old. I've known him now for almost 35 years. He's not a person he's a revered old soul. You go and target him and hit him in a cave and kill him. Baluchis will never forgive him for that. Baluchis are very loyal to their tribal leaders. Now, therefore, will these cases be revived? I don't know. Most important, 2007, he declared martial law,
yes,
provisional constitutional order. He disposed of the Chief Justice. When he was doing so, a bench of the Supreme Court turned it down as unconstitutional.
Yes.
So, how the mercurial Iftikhar Chaudhry will play this out, one doesn't know. And but the fact is, I wonder if the Sindh High Court would have granted him bail without at least a nod from the
judicial
Supreme Court.
challenge certainly still confronts Musharraf. On a cut across live across to Pakistan as well. Listening to the commentary coming across from the Pakistani broadcasters, certainly a lot of activity at this stage. Any moment he's expected to touch down as far as getting off that aircraft is concerned as well, isn't it?
नजर आ रहे हैं ओल्ड टर्मिनल के गेट के बाहर भी मौजूद हैं और वो जो है मुंतज़िर हैं कि कब जो है साबिक सदर जो है परवेज मुशर्रफ बाहर आए और वो उनका इस्तकबाल करें और ये भी हम देख रहे हैं कि इसके अलावा जो यहाँ पे झंडे लेके जो कारकुनान अभी भी जो है मोटरसाइकिलों पर गाड़ियों पर जो है एयरपोर्ट आ रहे हैं वक्त के साथ साथ कारकुनान की तादाद में भी इजाफा होता हुआ नजर आ रहा है और इस वक्त जो है अभी हम देख रहे हैं कि जो जहाज है वो टर्मिनल के बिल्कुल करीब लग गया है और जो टैक्सी है जो टैक्सी किया जाता है जहाज खींचा जाता है वो टैक्सी वहाँ पे मौजूद है और अभी तक जो है उसको बेल्ट नहीं लगाया गया है शायद ये भी इम्कान है कि एक एस्केलेटर लगाया जाए और सदर परवेज मुशर्रफ और उनके जो साथी हैं जो उनके हमरा आए हैं दुबई से कराची उनको जो है उतार लिया जाए और स्पेशल बस के जरिए इनको ओल्ड टर्मिनल गेट की जानिब लेके जाया जाए जहाँ से वो बाहर निकलने का उनका इम्कान है।
ये भी बताएं शबी कि वैसे उनकी वापसी के बाद सिक्योरिटी के क्या इंतजाम देखने में आ रहे हैं जिस सिक्योरिटी को वो जिसकी वो कर रहे थे कि उनको बुलेट प्रूफ गाड़ी फराहम की जाए ये सिक्योरिटी दी गई है उनको?
जी देखिए हम यहाँ पर जो एयरपोर्ट के बाहर हम देख रहे हैं कि पुलिस एहलकारों की एक बड़ी तादाद मौजूद है इसके अलावा यहाँ पर जो है पत्थरबंद गाड़ियां भी मौजूद हैं। अब से कुछ देर पहले जब हमारी मेजर जनरल अरशद कुरैशी से बातचीत की तो उनका ये कहना है कि भरपूर सिक्योरिटी फराहम की जाएगी साबिक सदर परवेज मुशर्रफ की आमद के मौके पर और इस हवाले से जो है उन्होंने मुतमईन कि वो हमें नजर आए थे और वो तमाम तर सूरत हाल से मुतमईन उन्होंने जो है इत्मीनान का भी इज़हार किया था जो सिक्योरिटी जो है प्रोवाइड की गई थी लेकिन अब असल बात अब देखना है कि जब साबिक सदर परवेज मुशर्रफ अब कुछ देर बाद बाहर आएंगे तो उनके लिए जो सिक्योरिटी का एक प्लान बनाया गया था क्या उस पर किस तरह दरामद किया जाता है और किस तरह जो हमको सिक्योरिटी देते हुए उनको बाहर लाया जाएगा।
ठीक
बल्कि महंगाई से भी परेशान नहीं था और दहशतगर्दी से भी परेशान नहीं था तो बच्चों की भी बहुत ख्वाहिश है दूर दराज से भी हमने हमारे बच्चे कुछ लोग से बातचीत।
Alright, so you can see visuals of in fact that aircraft carrying General Musharraf having landed in Pakistan now taxiing on the runway there, making its way to the terminal. Live commentary coming across from Pakistan, detailing this kind of security which has been put in place as well. Large crowd which has in fact gathered to welcome him on his homecoming, but welcome him back to Pakistan as well. Ajit Parthasarathy with us, former Indian High Commissioner to Pakistan, who certainly understands, the events and the consequences now which may be seen and happen not just, particularly in Islamabad on the politics of Pakistan, but certainly the immediate fallout also of Musharraf's return to the country. Mr. Parthasarathy, when you look at the other impact as well, I mean, of course, Bilawal Bhutto, also directly accusing Musharraf of being responsible for the assassinations of his mother. There is impending challenges as far as court cases against him are concerned as well. You think that his role now, despite his stature, his personality, is going to be limited in Pakistan? You mentioned how his movement within Pakistan is also going to be limited. You think he's taken all this into account and must now plan his way forward?
I think he has been long enough in the game to realize elections come and go. But even in a democratic government, the ability of people aligned with the military to influence government policy cannot be underestimated. Now, frankly, between the two, despite the allegations about his having killed being responsible at least for inadequate security and the death of Benazir, that was just not Pakistan, it was a UN panel which found that to have happened. Despite that, Mr. Zardari has found it expedient not to go after him. After all, he left peacefully, there were no charges, there was no hassles. And in fact, his provisional constitutional order throwing out the Chief Justice was upheld by Mr. Zardari, who did not reinstate the Chief Justice till the pressure grew and it became unbearable. From Nawaz Sharif.
And he's still following.
Yeah, so I think he has a finger in every political pie there. I would think the ANP would not be averse to him. The Pashtun party, the Awami National Party. I'm quite certain he's been very close with Altaf Hussain and the MQM, which after all are the hardcore base of the Muhajirs and all those refugees who went from India in 1947. So, as I said, to that extent, yes, across the board, he would be able to say things which influence events. But he is not a mass politician or a person like Nawaz Sharif or like Benazir, who could
Get the crowds going.
get political activity organized. The guys who were in Punjab and left him are now with Zardari. Though they are separate, they are PMLQ. So I think there will be large, I mean, PMLQ would not like him to come to Iran. They are a Zardari ally. And as I said, Zardari himself has been pretty soft in dealing with him, despite what Bilawal says. So I think he has that slight flexibility to move, but I don't think to materially change an election result.
And certainly at this stage, plenty of compulsions also that he'll be watching and taking into account. But how do you see this from an India point of view as well? Because, you know, as you mentioned, there was perhaps the best period of India-Pakistan relations under his rule. Then, of course, the Kargil conflict as well. You know, comments that he's, you know, in an interview that he made to Headlines today just before leaving for Pakistan yesterday, came coming out and saying on one hand that India was responsible for terror activities in Balochistan, in Afghanistan. On the other hand, also saying that he's for, you know, the best possible scenario, peace between the two countries.
Let me tell you something. One thing the Pakistan army as an institution will never forget. It is true, according to the Bangladeshis, they killed, the Pakistan army, killed 3 million Bangladeshis, sent 10 million as refugees, raped 200,000 women. That was their record in Bangladesh. According to Bangladesh statistics, not ours. For the army, the rancor of defeat at the hands of the Indians, humiliation they never envisaged. 93,000 prisoners in our sort of POW camps. That is something they will neither forgive nor forget. As for his statements on our consulates in Kandahar, I've been to Afghanistan. The poor guys in our consulates are so constantly under siege by being shot at by the Taliban. They have precious little time to do all this. Again, the case of Balochistan, even Nawab Bukti once told me that he doesn't trust us because we didn't back them in the 70s. So I think this is standard form in the minds of the military. Therefore, the aim should be to create circumstances whereas that military rancor is sidelined within a larger decision-making process. Whether we can do that, I don't know, because these things run deep. And the military is almost exclusively drawn from Punjab. Northern Punjab. 61% of the MPs come from there. So, you know, you can't give a simplistic answer to developments in Pakistan. What you can say at the present moment is, he's coming back. He will take a different and slightly more strong position on India when he gets back. He will do that. But if he sticks to his word that he will go back to where he left us, that would be fine with us.
Absolutely. And the other question, of course, is that whether or not he'll be in that position to negotiate a peaceful term once again with India. Sajjad Hussain, a senior journalist, also joining us from Pakistan. So, in your opinion, we'll talk about not just the political impact that Musharraf would like to have or is likely to have, but about, you know, the general feeling in the masses as well. How do they see the return of the general back to Pakistan? We'll try and establish that link with Mr. Hussain in just a moment. But certainly, you know, the word that we've been picking up, speaking to our correspondents as well, is one of concern, because people in Pakistan perhaps realize, Mr. Parasarthi will perhaps elaborate on this as well, like you mentioned, that there is only, you know, little political impact that Musharraf is likely to have. And in that sense, they're also concerned, because this is a very different Pakistan that he returns to than the one that he left when he did in 2008. You know, be it the ethnic clashes, be it, you know, a void which has been evident with the likes of Qadri have been hoping to fill. Musharraf also recognizing the same and planning his return on.
Look, let's be clear. I don't think Kayani is going to be very comfortable about his return. There's precious little he can do about it, because he can't go down as a chief who couldn't provide protection for his predecessor and the man who made him what he is. Kayani is a different kettle of fish totally. He comes from Jhang in Punjab. That's the hardcore of the Lashkar-e-Taiba. You have in Jhang one brother in the army and the other in the Lashkar-e-Taiba. That sort of atmosphere is where Kayani and the bulk of the military comes from. So, as I said, what would be in the minds of the army is that they should not let him face a serious security threat. That is going to be there.
Yes.
Please believe me, those people affected by Lal Masjid, who were largely Pashtuns,
Absolutely.
the
Baloch,
the Baloch, the Tehreek-e-Taliban in Pakistan, and groups which have associated themselves with the Tehreek-e-Taliban in Pakistan. All these are formidable security challenges. So he will, despite all his bravado, he's going to be very conscious of that. Because, again, I go back, he is not going to materially change the number of votes Nawaz or the People's Party or Maulana Fazlur Rahman are going to get. But his very presence will have a